Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am John, your resident therapist, and today we are listening to Wheels Keep Turning by MACDONALD. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps my channel grow, and let's get right into the song.
PTSD is an understandable, in fact, a normal response to a very life-threatening situation.
Yes, absolutely. This is already super clinical. PTSD is a normal response to an abnormal reaction. So if you see someone die in a car accident, your body and your mind will have flashbacks, hypervigilance, maybe even some paranoia, and that is a totally normal response. And I love how it says immediately, virtual reality exposure therapy can combat PTSD, combat-related PTSD, which is fascinating. We're seeing like these VR headsets being used to do implosive or imaginative therapy and helps them desensitize to otherwise scary events. I think there's actually a VR headset for Mount Everest that you can take and you put on, and it's like you actually summited Mount Everest without climbing up 30,000 feet and being at that altitude and, risking death, which is so amazing technology and how it's progressing super quickly.
To a very life-threatening situation.
It looks like they're pretty annoyed that it's called a disorder. And a lot of people don't like to pathologize, to label things a disorder, especially military, because they don't want to be diagnosed and then put on disability or leave to the point where they can't do their job.
It becomes prolonged and distorted and then begins to occur in situations.
They are torturing this bug. Oh my gosh. This poor thing is just getting incinerated.
Where no threat exists.
And I don't even know no more. Rolling down the strip in my two.
Ooh, honorable discharge. Wow.
Don't Chevrolet.
I thought Tom was from Canada, but he has the United States honorable discharge. I'm curious. If you know, drop it in the comments. Could just be for this video.
Hey. And the wheels keep turning. And I don't even know no more.
What an image here. It's just the drugs and the cigarette residue just on his diploma, on his honorable discharge paperwork. He's coping the only way he knows how, by drinking and drugging and trying to escape what he feels like he lost in his career. And I'm wondering, too, if he was discharged due to his post-traumatic stress disorder, possibly impairing his functioning to some degree.
Rolling up the block in my two-tone black and gray, yeah. And the wheels keep turning. I don't even know no more. I swear I don't miss home no more. I swear next time I leave, I'll stay away till y'all don't phone no more. I close all of the open doors and mend all of my broken bones. I'll sew.
I love how he's just torturing this poor bug with this secondhand smoke here. This is wild.
Till y'all don't phone no more. I close all of the open doors and mend all of.
It's like, I don't know what it is, but when humans are in pain and we're suffering, we lost the core part of our identity. Like Tom maybe lost his military identity. He wants to project that pain onto other things and like just torture this bug and pollute its lungs and kill it. I think it's just a weird sadistic way of kind of keeping your mind off yourself and occupied.
Of my broken bones, I'll sew up all the open sores and throw away the gold I own. Tommy was a rapper and his mama taught him better than to have the time of his life on a night he won't remember. But I threw caution to the wind and went to Europe once again.
Wow, that face is not the face of someone who is enjoying their use. It looks like he's in excruciating pain, possibly to the point of self-deprecation, and it's like he's in an abusive relationship with himself. And that's what addiction is, and that's what I've helped tons of people get out of, is that abusive relationship with themselves. And I've overcome addiction too, and it's like once you realize it's a toxic relationship, it just really helps to, once you get out of it, it's just like bliss and peace. But it's hard at first, and it does get easier with time.
The gold I own. Tommy was a rapper and his mama taught him better than to have the time.
Yeah, that is the face of grimacing pain. Emotional pain, probably, and physical.
His life on a
Yeah, there it is again.
night he won't remember. But I threw caution to the wind and went to Europe once again and never put the whiskey down because I wished it wouldn't end. And now the shit that I should treasure is the shit that I forget.
Wow, he's got a freaking Uzi on him. This is getting pretty intense pretty quick.
Because I wished it wouldn't end. And now the shit that I should treasure is the shit that I forget. And the shit
that I should treasure is the shit I should forget.
That I remember is the shit that I regret. I just wanna leave, and where I go, I do not know for sure. I look into the mirror, and I swear that I don't know no more. And I don't.
Right, he's kind of lost without his identity, and he's valuing the wrong things, and he's kind of going down a path that he doesn't want to. And we've all been there. Sometimes the wrong path can lead us in the right direction in the long run.
Don't even know no more. Rolling down the strip in my two-door Chevrolet.
This is so hard to watch for me because there's such a dissonance and a disconnect between who he's wanting to be, which is like a military man, a Bible reader, and he is drinking, drugging, probably under the influence in this clip. He's holding up the Uzi right at the camera, reading the Bible, but he's not embodying the values of the Bible or the values of the military, which is abstinence-based 99.9% of the time in the military. So it's just such a disconnect between who he really is and who he wants to be, and that disconnect will absolutely increase the rate of addiction in people.
And the wheels keep turning.
Wow, it's almost like he's like preaching, or he's trying to be a preacher here with tearing these pages from the Bible, posting them up. He's like compensating for something here.
I don't even know no more. Rolling up the block in my two-tone black and gray. Yeah. And the wheels keep turning. And I don't want to take no pills or wear these fucking golden grills.
There it is. That disconnect you were talking about. Love it.
Turn.
So he is literally eating the pages from the Bible. So I said he was compensating, and compensating is a fancy word for you're trying to make up for something you feel like you lack. So this is such a perfect example of it, is let's say he's feeling like he's not embodying the values of the Bible. Then he is physically eating it to feel like it's a part of him, even though he's not living that way. He's trying to swallow the page, to consume those words, and oh geez, what a perfect example.
And I don't want to take no pills or wear these fucking golden grills. I swear I just want children and to build a home in rolling hills. Pay all of my hydro bills, spend all my time rhyming still with no.
Yeah, so he wants to be like a good Samaritan, a good citizen, but he's living in the states of active addiction, snorting cocaine or oxys, whatever that may be, and he's just wanting a life he's not living, and that's that cognitive dissonance. Dissonance means disconnect from who you are and who you want to be, and we see this all the time on social media. People project their best selves instead of who they actually are. And then they try to convince themselves they're like really on vacation all the time and that they're really, living this extravagant lifestyle, this Dan Bilzerian lifestyle.
Nobody to pressure me about radio or signing deal. Tommy was a rapper and his mama taught him better than to spend all of his time on a girl.
Again, we see his nose bleed. We see him stumbling. This is not a sustainable relationship. He is in pain. He can't even walk out the door if he wanted to. He would probably stumble and hit his head on that corner right there. And this is such an accurate depiction of addiction because it is not glorified. It should never be romanticized. This is really what it's like having worked with people in it. It starts off very high pleasure, very little pain, but then it ends super high pain, very low pleasure. So it just flips on you like that. Blink of an eye.
Bills, spend all my time rhyming still with nobody to pressure me about radio or signing deal. Tommy was a rapper and his mama taught him better than to spend all of his time on a girl if they not together. But it went in one ear and out the other, back with the same bitch again. Fighters, buddies, haters, lovers, enemies, and best of friends. I swear to God I'm leaving y'all, keeping it 100 with you. Broken hearts and broken bottles, broke up with 100 bitches. Broken noses, bloody knuckles, buddy, I ain't fucking with you. Back and forth before, but now I'm bouncing to get back to business. And I don't even know no more.
Wow, this is becoming like The Exorcist here with this woman here, like she's being suspended on the cross. Oh my gosh. And he's like inchworming because he has no bodily function because he's so impaired. He's so high, he's so, incapacitated that he can't do simple things. And this is what addiction looks like. And I'm so glad he's showing the dark side of it because so many rappers nowadays only portray the money, drugs, girls, fame, success, when really it's the opposite of that.
To get back to business. And I don't even know no more. Riding around the city with a blunt in my ashtray.
Is that a gun?
And the weed keeps burning. And I don't even know no more. Rolling down the strip in my two-door Chevrolet.
Excuse me.
And the wheels keep turning. And I don't even know no more. Rolling up the block in my two-tone black and gray. Yeah. And the wheels keep turning.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. Did that woman have that same gun? It looks like that barrel is very similar. So maybe she was about to end herself there on his floor? I'm not sure.
Yeah. And the wheels keep turning. And I don't even know no more. And I don't even know no more. And the wheels keep turning. And I don't even know no more.
So I'm wondering, is this a hallucination? Is he hallucinating that woman there and he's trying to shoot her, but she really doesn't exist and that's why it's blank? Or is he doing like target practice here on this wall? He's got a lot of anger that's being shown in these past few clips here, these few seconds. And trauma absolutely underlies a lot of violence and a lot of anger. And it's so ever present in people who served or are in the military. I mean, just going through Hell Week is traumatic. You're sleep deprived. You're being physically exerted to the point you never thought you could. But anger is a great bouncer for sadness. Anger protects sadness, and that's why we feel angry, especially a lot of guys I've worked with feel anger instead of sadness and guilt and shame because it's more socially acceptable for men to feel anger than sadness and to be depressed and just, all, like really wallowing in their feelings. So this is, okay, I bet these two Toms are going to intersect here. And so on one hand, you have military trauma, PTSD, and this other Tom may be his productive, good Samaritan Tom. We'll see. I hope he doesn't kill himself here. That'd be rough. Oh, no. He's camping. He's paranoid, he's hypervigilant, he is on fight or flight. All of these things are factors that play into PTSD. When you feel like you're never safe, you're always on edge and you're, camping out the entry points and you're locked and loaded, ready to rumble if an intruder comes in. Oh no. Wow. Holy smokes, I am speechless here. So, the traumatized Tom, the one who was kicked out of the military, or not kicked out, honorably discharged, that traumatized part killed his Good Samaritan part. What a powerful powerful video. And this is what we see. People who served overseas don't come home the exact same. They're often very fight or flight. A great example is in the movie and the book, I think, American Sniper, is Chris Kyle comes home and he just is not the same. He is disassociative, he is catatonic, which means he's like non-responsive in a lot of emotional ways. And that's what you have to do in order to like be a sniper and to take people's lives. So you have to be kind of cold and callous. But then come back to the real world, that old Chris Kyle is gone. This Tom MacDonald is gone. And yeah, trauma absolutely changes the brain like in so many ways, physically, mentally, cognitively, all different aspects. And it's a shame. And I love the image here of him bleeding on the Bible, being murdered by his traumatized self. Like, he was killed. Wow. You can see he's still moving, which is, I'm sure, for dramatic effect or suspense, but holy smokes. This is probably one of the deepest videos I have ever seen of Tom MacDonald. And ironic, it's one of his oldest videos. It looks like, let's see when this came out. Around 10 years ago. Holy smokes. He does look younger, I mean, especially with his lack of face tats. It's a good indicator of how old he is. When he turns, 50, he'll be just all tatted up. Like, no skin left, just, black tattoo ink, It'd be kind of funny. What an incredible video. I tend to deflect when I am exposed, or I tend to find humor when it's an intense moment, and this was definitely an intense video. But thank you so much for recommending this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy episode.